You got this. All right.
We are live.
We are live. Hello, Monarchs. Welcome to another Manzano College Visit video. Today, we have Zach Lucero from Eastern New Mexico University. He went to college there. He knows everything there is to know about that campus inside and out. And he is our expert today on the admissions and scholarship opportunities that are available to you for the class of 2021. So I'm going to just let Mr. Zach take it away now and just dive into his talk about Eastern New Mexico University. Welcome, Zach.
Thanks for having me. This is really cool because I feel like I'm being interviewed for TV or the news.
Well, we're so happy to have you with us. Thank you for agreeing to this. I know in this virtual world, our options are limited as far as getting the info to our kids. So thank you for being brave enough to come on our little YouTube station and talk to us.
Sounds good. Good to be here.
So
go ahead.
You want to start with your presentation, or how do you want to begin?
Yeah, we can do that for sure. I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time and everything, but I'll give as much information as I possibly can.
Okay. Well, get your presentation pulled up.
All right. See, I can see that. Cool. Perfect. All right. So a little bit about me again. I did graduate from Eastern in 2017 with a communications degree with an emphasis in journalism. And a lot of the stuff about Eastern that I'm about to tell you guys is just a simple and basic information that we have, can be found on the website, but when you hear it firsthand, it's definitely a lot better. So first slide we'll get to, or second slide, I'm assuming. There we go. Cool. So we consist of a 4-year campus here in Portales and 2 2-year campuses in Roswell and Ruidoso. We are New Mexico's largest regional comprehensive university, which means we provide learning and higher learning and teaching with research facilities, undergraduate programs, and then your master's programs as well. So depending what you guys want to go into, we might have that master's program, but definitely our bachelor's programs are probably one of the highest state-of-the-art programs. Our professors definitely take time to keep you engaged and get you going for the master's program or any higher education as well. So next slide. So we consist of 60 majors and programs. Right here's a little bit of a list of the undergraduate programs that we do have. I always tell students, as we go through the presentation, if you don't see your ideal program, do not be discouraged. Do not feel like it's less important than any other programs here on this list. It's just, these are the top 10 programs that students graduate with in the fall and spring semesters. I don't take it to heart because I'm a communication major. I don't even see mine up here, but I always keep in mind that I'm doing what I want to do with communications right now, and you will find a job depending on whatever degree program you decide to go into. So don't be discouraged. Always keep your mind open. These right here also get you into pre-med. You have biology courses. A lot of the big ones right now is criminal justice, and we have a big communicative disorders program that a lot of people graduate from in the fall and spring, and then they go on to pursue higher education in that as well. And social work is definitely needed right now in this time and age with this whole virtual world, and we don't ever know when we're going to see family again, if we ever get to do that. So definitely keep these in mind if you decide to go that path. Next slide. So we have student services to help you succeed. We have a career and counseling center. So this definitely helps right now because a lot of times we don't know exactly what we want to do in life. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do either. I was beginning to be a religion major with a minor in history, and I realized, no, this is gonna am I gonna really succeed in that path? So then I switched my major up. I talked to a lot of counselors and career counselors as well, and they're like, hey, this is what you can do if you're really good at writing, if you want to be a sports broadcaster, depending what you want to do, communications is probably the field that you want to go into. Plus, if you're a triple threat or jack of all trades, then definitely keep a lot of things in mind, but see a career counselor, narrow it down to the top 3 that you really want to get into, because you will spend your whole freshman semester figuring out what you want to do. So definitely take advantage of those people as well. We have accessibility services, Department of Public Safety, which is just a fancy word for campus police, EMU Safe Ride. So this right here is a free designated ride back to campus. Say you're outside of campus doing extracurricular activities, not going to get in depth, but if you are unable to get back on campus, Safe Ride will definitely provide that ride back for you. It's confidential, no questions asked. Just say you're at a house or you're at a coffee shop or a bar, definitely they won't ask any questions. It's just a free ride back to campus. We have tutor networks that work with your schedule. So you design a schedule or a place that you really want to get your tutoring at, and definitely do that as well. They'll work with your schedule. They'll tutor you from anywhere from math, history, science, all you name it. And then we have health services. So we have a La Casa Center on campus. So with COVID going around, whenever we get back onto campus, COVID will probably still be a thing. We're not going to get rid of it anytime soon. But we do have health services that can test you. They can give you any kind of recommendations. Now, if you're like super sick or like you need the hospital, then they'll recommend you go into the hospital. I recommend you go to the hospital. But this is like for colds, your common, flu and everything like that. So definitely keep those in mind. Next slide. So students and faculty, we have an EMU has a 17:1 student faculty ratio, which means our professors literally know your name and face after like the first 2 weeks in their class. Whether you're in the program, whether you're just taking a course for gen ed, these professors will literally keep you engaged. They'll keep you entertained. They will call your name out. They will legitimately see your face at the cafeteria and they'll say hi. It's just such a small campus community that we all see each other more than once, twice, or even 10 times out of the semester. And when you're definitely in the program, then yeah, you're gonna be known throughout, the program, and other students are gonna know your name. You might even have that one-on-one time with your professor. They actually have those office hours that can definitely help you out, and they're not gonna deny you your request for any help. So they're there to help you out. They're definitely there to make you laugh for sure, just because you know them perfectly. So next slide. Tuition. So if you're anything like me, you want to show me the money. I'll show you the facts here. So I'll go ahead and click I think it's like supposed to pop up or something, animation. Oh, perfect. There we go. So AMU is in the top 10% lowest of 81 public self-tuition institutions. Here on the right side, my right side, we have a little bit of a chart here, and it shows how cheap Eastern actually is when it comes to tuition and rates. I think we have another animation that can go on. There we go, perfect. It's one of the most affordable four-year colleges here in the state of New Mexico, and one more. Cool. And Texas students within a 135-mile radius qualify for Eastern's in-state tuition. So if you have people from the Amarillo area, anywhere within that surrounding local area of Amarillo that qualify for that 135-mile radius, it's definitely suitable for them. I know they have other colleges within that area as well, but we get a lot of students from the Texas area. Even from Dallas and El Paso and everything, we have a lot of diversity going on with Eastern and everything. So it's definitely fantastic for people to come in, go into New Mexico, qualify for the in-state tuition, even if it's out of state, but they do qualify for in-state tuition within a 135-mile radius. So a lot of friends to meet, a lot of people to get engaged with. Fantastic. Next slide. Scholarships. So right here, I think we have a link that we can click on, maybe. Yeah, in-state freshmen can qualify for the any academic scholarships based on ACT scores, SAT scores, and your GPAs as well. So you can qualify up to $5,200 a year plus qualifying financial aid. We do have additional scholarships like your presidential scholarships as well. That's based off of your ACT, SAT plus your GPA. And you have the NMU Foundation Scholarship, which is based for freshmen, for the first semester. It definitely covers all tuition and fees for that first semester. And the more you continue your GPA throughout college, you can qualify for more other scholarships as well. So I think there's a link that we can go to for the scholarships page. Y'all seeing it? Like, who has it? I think somebody on that end has it. Oh, perfect. Awesome. So see, we have different in-state, out-of-state. You know, you have your military, transfer students as well that can qualify. If you guys don't know how to get there, just go to that admissions button to the left there, and then go to the right, and it says scholarships. You guys can definitely look at the in-state, the out-of-state, and other options that we provide for you guys. So keep that in mind. I know money is very tight with a lot of families right now, and if you're anything like me, who didn't have a lot of money going into college, I applied for a lot of scholarships that did help me out. Oh, there's a tuition page as well. We can look at that later on if there's any questions about, you know, residence halls, meal plans, or anything like that. But definitely there's a tuition page that we'll have up for you guys to see if there's any questions based on that. So back to the presentation, please. All right, next slide. Oh, look, I'm full screen now. Cool. All right. So campus living, our residence halls. There's animations to that too. I don't know why I put that in there, but let's see what we got. Cool. So our residence halls, there are three residence halls to choose from, which are a great way to meet people on campus. They're very small, very that close-knit feeling that you guys want, like basically like home. You can also choose your own roommate. If you guys have like a best friend that's coming in from the same school, or you guys just know anybody around here, you guys can sign up for that. You know, you can just ask for that waiver, give it to the residence hall people, the information, and then just you guys can possibly about 95% of the time you get your requested person. Curry Hall, Eddy Hall, and Guadalupe Hall are three residence halls. Guadalupe Hall is our most recent one. I think it was there a year before I went into Eastern back in 2013. So it's definitely new, bigger. You get that sweet, like residence hall dorm life, and you have one roommate, then you share a bathroom with another suite across. So it's not like your public bathroom, you know, your public showers. You definitely share just more of a private bathroom with another suite. Curry and Eddy have both of those options as well. Curry is more of a, you have that public shower and bathroom that janitors, you know, keep sanitized for you guys. Guadalupe Hall, you will need to keep it sanitized and clean yourselves. Always restock, you know, the toilet paper, your, you know, other toiletries and stuff like that for the other room as well. And then Eddy Hall has both of those. They have the public side and they have the suite side, which is like again, you have a roommate, then you have the bathroom, and then two across the bathroom for you guys. So it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. Like I said, there's on the tuition page, there are the prices and everything, how they range in prices, and we'll get to that later on if there are any questions on that. So next slide. Campus dining. All right, guys, this is where it gets real. This is where it gets real fat real quick. We have meal plans that are in the cafeteria. Now check this out. This isn't your basic cafeteria food back in high school. I know, like, if you're anything like me, you know, who didn't like the cafeteria food back in middle school, you know, you can be like, ew, you know, that pizza's way too greasy, or those corn dogs aren't even like hard. But right here, like in this cafeteria, we have like pasta days, we have your Asian cuisines, we have pizza, fries, burgers, hot dogs. You know, you have a little subway station over here. It's like all you can eat. I mean, come on, like, it doesn't get any better than that. This is where like your freshman 15 really comes into play, though. So you don't know what a freshman 15 is, for that myth where you gain 15 pounds your freshman year. And I thought it was a myth, but you know, that really happened. I don't want to talk about it. But you have other eating options as well. You have your World of Wings, you have your Zyme. Zyme is more like a sandwich place. You have your Einstein bagels, say less. You know, bagels, come on, Einstein bros, come on. And then Greyhound Cafe, featuring Starbucks, for a lot of you coffee snobs out there. So definitely check those out. I mean, this place is like the greatest place when it comes to campus. This is where if you want to get fat, I'm not going to say anything. Go ahead and do it. Next slide. This is where you guys can lose that freshman 15. This is the recreation and fitness places. This is where you have your weights, you have your pool, you also have, you know, your basketball gyms. That's where I spent most of my time, with basketball gyms back in my freshman year all the way up to my senior year. You play with staff, you play with other faculty members, you play with other students, and they also have a racquetball court. So I mean, if you're playing basketball and you hear "ow," that's probably where it's coming from. So yeah, definitely check these out. Give you guys some fitness and recreation to do, and well, nothing more to be said about that. You guys get involved right here. This is where Eastern really recommends you guys get involved. We strongly encourage you guys to get involved. We have Greek Live, we have ASPA. We'll get to that in a little while. EMU Pre-Law Club, Hound Wave, and so much more. Actually, if we can go to that link, we can actually see the student organizations, how many we have for you guys to choose from. These right here are just like the top ones I picked randomly, like drawing from my hat, basically. But if we go to that student organizations page, oh, perfect. So if you just continue scrolling, you know, for about a good 7 to 10 seconds, you know, we'll see exactly how many organizations we actually have for you guys. And more organizations come in throughout the semester and throughout the year that you're attending Eastern. Sometimes they just randomly throw in an organization for you guys, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Let's go join that, or let's go check it out, you know. I remember I was in Hound Waves for a little while. It's our podcast, basically, on campus. I helped with that. I didn't really do any podcasts, but I did do some of the editing and everything as well. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of organizations for you guys. You're never going to be feel left out for sure. You're always going to be engaged with some kind of organization, with some kind of student faculty-based organization. So back to the presentation. We also have like anime clubs too. Like for all you anime lovers out there, like I wish I knew about. I'm not big on anime, but we have anime clubs, and it's pretty cool. I think they recently put that in like a few years ago. It has been so popular lately that a lot of people have been getting into those organizations. And then so the next one. Perfect. So we have Multicultural Affairs. We are very diverse here at Eastern. We have African American affairs, you have Hispanic affairs, you know, your international and Native American. That's an open door policy. You can come in, you can sign up for whatever organization you want to sign up for. You know, I was in Hispanic affairs for a little while, and we got together with the African American, the international, the Hispanic, got all, you know, engaged with everybody, and there's lunch and dinners for you guys. And you know, we have you guys engage with people of your same ethnicity, your same race, you know, and to give that more of a home feeling and everything. So Hispanic affairs definitely helped me out a lot when it comes to meeting new people. You can even have like people in your same program, and you have study dates with them, or you build that relationship, the brother-sister relationship, and it's a lot of fun. So take advantage of the multicultural affairs. The diversity at Eastern is really big. We have a lot of Hispanic people coming in, a lot of Native Americans around the areas of New Mexico, and a lot of African Americans. So, and we also have a lot of international students as well. So check those out. Don't be afraid. We want you to get involved. Don't feel discouraged. So just really find yourself. You know, we want you to be able to find who you are, but also do it in a safe way. Next slide. Greek life. This is where it gets cool, because you guys can definitely join with Chi Omega, and Zeta to Alpha, which are our two sororities, and our fraternities consist of Kappa Sigma and Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia of America. These organizations here, this is your fraternities and sororities. Join a fraternity or sorority because it's a great resume builder. I know a lot of people who were in the fraternities, and they did a lot of community service work on and off campus. They were engaged a lot with student life. Just the about us when it comes to Greek life is more than just, you know, people think fraternities and sororities are all about partying, but it's not. It's definitely a good way to really get you guys in some jobs depending on your career field. And I know a lot of people who have applied for jobs, and they're like, oh, you were in a fraternity, or hey, you were in a sorority. You know, that's great. You did a lot of campus work. You did a lot of community service work in the city of Portales. and they were able to get some jobs within the communication field. They were able to get some jobs within the pre-law and everything like that. So, I mean, it's just great to build a resume. You know, a lot of employers, you know, surprisingly look at the fact that you were in a sorority or fraternity. So take advantage of that as well. And next slide. The ASAB. I think there are some animations to this as well. It's the Associated Students Activity Board, national award-winning group that sponsors a wide variety of activities throughout the year on campus, even in the city of Portales as well. To give you guys a little bit of an insight, there is a other animation in there, or the events include comedians, talent shows, performing arts, you know, novelty events, recreation activities, and so much more, guys. Like, we had a lot of comedians come in, and a lot of magicians, and a lot of illusionists, and a lot of, you know, performing arts from all over the world come to Eastern, and it's never a dull moment. If you guys have seen Mean Girls, Damien, their best friend, actually came to ENMU and did a little comedy show for us and just talked to us about random stuff. It was a lot of fun, super funny. You know, basically the whole campus was there just because, you know, you see a celebrity and you're like, whoa, you know, that's awesome. And so we get a lot of famous people. Reza, you know, illusionist, he's really, really big now in Branson, Missouri, and he came when he was first starting. And so you see a lot of people that, you know, you recognize on TV, or even what's that lady's name? Coco Jones, I think her name was. She was on the Progressive commercials with Flo, with her husband wanted to juggle some chainsaws. Yeah, so she was here too at Eastern, and man, let me tell you, great experience, never dull moment, nonstop laughter. So we have a lot of stuff for you guys. Next slide. And sporting events, you know, basketball, football, volleyball. There's at least 14 different sporting events to choose from throughout the year, and well, they're all free. My favorite thing was tailgating on hold because of COVID. You know, thanks COVID. And other sporting activities include intramurals. So say you didn't really get to make it on the, you know, collegiate sports level, well, you have your opportunities to show out for a lot of the recruiters and everything and coaches. They do attend a lot of intramural sports. They do attend a lot of your recreation and fitness kind of stuff to see exactly where you're at and to see if you're a potential athlete for ENMU. Especially with basketball and football, flag football, a lot of coaches are looking at intramural sports for that too. So next slide. So we have a virtual campus tour. This is very important right now because you can't really come to campus and, you know, take a tour, which is sad. But go to this link here. It's also available on the very front page of enu.edu. Just click that big box and it says virtual tour, and you can get started. It's a really cool tour. There's a lot of stuff that they don't show you in person. So I mean, when I was taking my tour at ENMU, my senior year in high school, they didn't really show us inside the building like I wish they would have. But this virtual tour actually shows inside the buildings. You have your testing centers for your science. You know, your lab stations, your rat stuff. You know, when people are dissecting rats, or you know, when they get into pre-med, you know, or something like that. So a lot of the cool stuff that I wish they would have shown me when I was a senior in high school, and now you have your opportunity. Virtual campus tour is actually really, really cool. I was kind of skeptical about it, but when I tuned into it, I was like, okay, this is awesome. So definitely check that out if you guys want to get more of a in-person tour via the website. So next slide, please. Now what's next? You guys can visit enmu.edu/admissions. You can always request more information. We're always here to help you guys out. Nonstop emails come in through the admissions page all the time for us, and we are always happy to help you guys answer any questions. You guys can see the admission requirements, and you guys can fill out our free application for admission. Not to knock any other schools out, but we have a free application. Like me, when I was applying for colleges all over the nation, I didn't want to have to spend $95 every single time just for an application fee, or $50 here and there, you know. So take advantage of our free application service as well. Next slide. I think that might be it. Oh, connect with us. We do have ENMU recruitment on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if I didn't get you guys with any of this presentation, then I can get you guys with one more thing. We have free parking. Like, why are you going to want to pay $25 to pay or for a parking spot at a school you already pay money to go to? We have free parking. Like, I mean, it can't get any better than that, right? So definitely keep those things in mind, and check us out online. You know, you can always hit me up on my email, and I think they have it here on the website as well. I'm always happy to engage with students. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome presentation. Thank you for just rolling with it. We, you know, technology is fun, and
Yeah.
had a lot to share. So I like the visuals. We're just adapting to, you know, show that. But I think it's important for our students to actually go to the enmu.edu webpage and look at the scholarships. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is where my questions are, scholarships.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I see from your website you're still requiring an ACT or SAT score for your scholarships. Is that correct?
So with the ACT and SAT scores, they are kind of varying. We are doing a lot of like the presidential scholarship. You know, you do have to have the ACT and SAT score, as well as your, I think, a 3.0 GPA or 3.5.
Mhm.
If you guys want to know more information on that, they're kind of giving us little by little information on that as well when it comes to scholarships. But a lot of our scholarships do require a SAT and ACT scores. I know it's super hard right now to get an ACT score, but through the admission center, if you guys send us your application with your GPA instead of, like, you know, an ACT or SAT score, we'll take that.
Okay.
The ACT and SAT scores are going to be required later on when you are applying for scholarships, when we get more of that information to us. But
Mhm.
when you're doing your admissions application and you're doing your transcripts, we do kind of need a current transcript for you guys. Not anything final, because we know a lot of guys haven't, you know, a lot of people haven't graduated yet. So just kind of send us a current transcript and we'll get you guys from there.
Right. And so, speaking of transcripts, we've been trying to teach our students to go to Parchment and create an account for Manzano and get their transcripts sent fast, free, and quickly to you guys to do your admissions assessment and also see if they are contenders for scholarships.
Mhm.
And I think that's, you know, for our students in this time, it's confusing because a lot of schools are doing things differently.
Right.
So I think, um, you know, we want to encourage them all to try and get that test taken, either the ACT or SAT at some point
Mhm.
this year, and to know that that's not the end all be all with scholarships. They can also use their GPA. And also, Eastern has that awesome Promise Scholarship
Mhm.
for future teachers, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So,
Our education program provides a lot of stuff for our teachers, our future teachers, and everything. So
right. So
fantastic.
there's, um, you know, for our school and our program, Educators Rising, that's been something that, you know, we educate our students about with Eastern and other schools that offer special financial aid or scholarship opportunities to future teachers. So Eastern is definitely one of those schools. So, and you also have a later deadline than some of our other local universities for
Yeah.
your scholarships. So, can you talk to us about your deadlines?
Yeah. So a little bit about our deadlines. We don't have like a specific like set date at this moment because everything's kind of crazy. So like when you're applying, you know, you want to do your application for scholarships as well. You can submit that. But you want to submit it, you know, July 15th, you know, or something like that. You know, it's really based off like the August last, you know, through September, or before the actual fall semester actually starts. But you know, I've submitted my application for scholarships back in like April or May, and I got those right away. We even had like a ceremony at my school that for people who actually qualified and got scholarships. And that was back in May before I even graduated. So the sooner you guys do it, the better. That's always I was always been told that, you know, our enrollment services always tell people that, you know, the sooner you get it in after January, February, you know, the better that we can get you your scholarship. Because I know a lot of people want that money. It's like JT Wentworth, you know, it's your money, you need it now. So I mean, I definitely need it now. So yeah, our deadlines are more towards like the spring semester of your senior year. So definitely do that. You can even submit it in like the summer time, but do it anytime before August. You know, you're gonna get that.
And I would encourage them to do it sooner than later so they could see what offers they get in the spring. And
Yeah, for sure.
so with Eastern, definitely they'll be able to compare that financial aid package to another school that they're considering. But yes, students use parchment, get them sent to Eastern New Mexico. Email Zach with any questions at richard.lucero@enmu.edu. We want you guys to build a relationship with these recruiters. He is the expert and he can really help you get to where you're going and answer all the specific questions you have. So please reach out, send him an email, reach out to me if you need me to get you his contact info. These relationships are so important to build right now in this virtual setting, but you're not alone. You have a lot of help and we're on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, for being here. We really appreciate having you, and we'll be in touch this year. You and I are going to work together to get our seniors to get their transcripts sent to you and get as much money as they can scholarship-wise and get
Yes,
for 2021. It's going to be a better year.
absolutely. I definitely agree.
Well, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
For watching this video, and again, email me with any questions. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Thank you, guys.